Hey Flosstube, it's Brandy. Welcome to my home for Christmas. I have no glasses on. I cannot see. This is because the reflection was just too much. So I also only have a few minutes to record, so I'm going to try to make this quick, but I might have to just have 2 videos because I record with my phone. And I don't know what I'm doing, if that wasn't abundantly clear already. So anyway, let's get started. Yes, that's why we're here, Flosstube. Floss stitching, let's do that thing. I forgot for a second. I have banana bread baking in the oven. I have an empty home. My husband's off at work. My son is playing a game with some friends, and my daughter is off at her high school basketball game. And I have the dogs here, so it's just me and the dogs and the cat and the Christmas tree. And me adjusting a necklace. So my brain is very scattered. But we're here to talk about stitching first and foremost, so let's do that. Okay. The first thing I have to show you is a complete FFO. And this is by Plum Street Samplers, and it's a freebie. And I didn't do it the way you're supposed to do it. It's long lay the world, and so he came. Sorry, the lighting is not great. So that's the front. That's the back. And I stitched this on, let me grab my notes that I cannot read because I don't have my glasses on. I stitched it on Weeks Dye Works Confederate Gray 30 count. And I used DMC. And I made some changes. And yes, Michelle Bendy, I will get those changes to you. I'll post them. Maybe as a note on this. That would be smart. Yeah. But then also I screwed up, and the piece of fabric that I got was it's supposed to be fatter or like taller, and I completely screwed up. I don't know where to be. I feel. Here is my piece of stitching. I don't know what to do with myself. Anyway, my piece of fabric was too small, and it ended up being much more narrow and long as opposed to wide, tall, whatever. And so I ended up having to add some trees to one end or the other, and I just kind of changed things around. I figured pallette would be okay with that. I'm hoping. And then when I finished it, I like the way I finished it, except to say that I wish that I had more allowance on the top and the bottom, because you can't see the whole thing well. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, this was my first pin cushiony type thing that I've done with walnut shells outside of a drum. So I did not know what I was doing, but now I've learned some things. So Bella and Milo would like to say hello. Hey, Milo, don't eat the couch. Stop it. He has already eaten 1 couch. And when I say he has eaten 1 couch, I mean he has eaten 1 couch. This dog is insane. You're so cute, though. You're adorable. He likes to just lay on his head with his butt up in the air. Does anybody else have a psychotic dog? Like, seriously, I would like to know. Milo, you want to say hi? Want to say hi? Oh, it's a Milo! Oh, I know. Oh, it's Milo. Sorry, adjusting the camera. It's not going to adjust well. So I'm going to get shorter. Oh, Milo, that's enough. I'll talk to you, okay? Will that make you feel better? Okay. Flosstube, I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to Milo now. All right, so let's look at some more. Oh dear. Oh dear, I'm losing it all. Hey, no. Now he's trying to eat the stitching. Oh, this dog. He's stressing me out, y'all. He's stressing me out. So a couple other things that I did. This is something that I showed you, I think like in my very first video. I haven't finished it fully yet, but it's a heartstring samplery. Heaven and Nature Sing. Heaven and Nature Sing. That's Milo shaking the camera. I'm going to finish it as a little ornament, and that's going to be the backing, but I just haven't quite gotten that far yet. I'm doing some Christmas ornaments for family, friends, / whatever. And so I've done some more heartstring samplery fobs as little ornaments. And again, clearly, they're not finished, but they'll get finished eventually. So there's those. And then for my mom, shh, don't tell her, because we have Norwegian, we're descended from Norway. So, oofta. It means, shite. That's kind of what it means. And so I made her a little thing that I'm going to frame and send to her, because I don't think I'm going to get to see her for Christmas this year. Yeah. And then I made a thing. I mean, like, I created a thing. I make things all the time, but I created a thing. It's not a great thing, but it's a little thing. And it's a gnome. Because again, like, you know, I like gnomes. Duh. And it says a gnome for you. And it's a gnome and a mushroom. My mom says that he's too skinny. That is perhaps true. I said he was a paleo gnome. It made sense to me. So anyway, I made that. If anybody would like to have this pattern, let me know. I'll send it to you. Because it's just for funsies. So if you're interested, I can send it to you. Oh, here's another thing I stitched. So Beth Twist over at Heartstring. Sorry, I'm like really trying to be low because Milo made my camera all wonkadoodle. Dog. So Beth Twist over at Heartstring showed in her last video a little elephant ornament that she had made for a friend of ours for her baby. And I could have gotten that pattern because, like, I could have, but I didn't. But then I was at the library and there was this book. And this book is called 2001 Cross Stitch Designs. Now, listen, folks. Most of the designs in this book are not designs that are in my taste and style at all. But there are a few that are really cute. And like borders and stuff like that. That I thought, well, I'll just explore. And while I was there, I found an elephant also. And my daughter has also loved elephants since she was born. Her uncle and cousin gave her a little stuffed elephant when she was still in the hospital. And that is her lovey. It's her little Elsie. And Elsie went everywhere with her for years. And she still has Elsie. And she loves elephants. She wants to go to an elephant refuge and learn more about them. But that's a little pricey. So the next best thing was an elephant ornament. And it's, again, it's not finished. So I modified the design that was in the book a little bit, and I added some holly. It's hard to see in here because the lighting isn't so good. And then I just added the date. I modified things because they had a lot of half stitches. Y'all, I hate half stitches. I don't love back stitching, but I hate half stitches. Those are the dumbest things ever. This is why I will never do some of those kits that are out there. I mean, they might be beautiful, but if they've got a lot of half stitches and back stitching, and I'm a primitive stitcher, that through and through. That's what I like. So this was way out of my comfort zone. Small, but out of my comfort zone. I think this was also on the Confederate Gray Weeks Works 30 count. I'm also designed a 20-sided dice for my son. I'm making an ornament for him. We'll see how that one goes. So far, it's not going well. So, hey, I'm about to run out of space, so I'm going to say time out for now. I'll be back in a little bit. Hey, Flosstube, I'm back. And the banana bread is out of the oven. All is well with the world. I remembered another thing that I forgot to show you earlier, and that is another thing by Plum Street Samplers. That is Plum Street Sampler. I do this all the time. I don't know why. Boy, it's a problem. Anyway, this is another freebie. It's Our Savior's Birth. And again, I did it stupid. So anyway, with the Christmas lights shining through, it's a little hard to see. So I'm trying to block those. But I don't even know what this is being stitched on, you guys. It's something that was coffee stained. That's all I got. I think it's probably like Charles Craft or something, I think is what it is. So, so I had, I mean, you can see like the size of this piece of fabric, like the middle should be right here. Do you love how I use my face as an easel? And I completely started it right. And then from there, like that center tree, I put in the right spot. That would be this tree here. I put in the right spot down kind of where this deer is. And then I stitched everything else totally in the wrong place from there. So instead of pulling out everything else, like these trees, I decided I would pull out the center tree and just shift everything. So now what's happened is I have very little fabric left at this top seam, and I have way lots at the bottom. Oops. I guess that's what happens when you are absent-mindedly stitching. I do a lot of stitching while I'm at dance with my daughter because she's at dance all the time. So I have several hours where I can just sit and stitch and listen to podcasts or listen to books, audiobooks, or watch something that I've downloaded from Netflix, like Midsummer Murders, and then I get all distracted because I'm following the story, and you know how it goes. Next thing you know, you're having to frog everything you've done. So as much time as I spend stitching at dance, I spend the same amount of time frogging. That's a problem, but oh well. It's a good thing I'm there a lot, I guess. So anyway, I'm stitching other stuff, but you guys, it's ridiculous. I have so many things going right now. And I hate having this many things going because I can't keep track of things, and it gets very frustrating for me. But that's where we're at. So I wanted to show you something. My daughter and I went to Target the other day and to find a winter coat for her. Guess what? That's really hard to do middle of December. But one thing we found in the dollar area was this. Y'all, it's a project bag and they didn't even know it. It's a little bit smaller than the Mama Joan bags, but not a lot. And of course it doesn't have a clear front, but it's just like a nice flannel check for $3 with a cute little pom-pom. I mean, hey, right? So this has been my favorite thing all week. I've been very happy to have it. And I got my mom, she and I, when she was over here last, she and I watched a tutorial on how to make project bags. I don't remember whose tutorial it was, but there's so many of them out there. Anyway, we watched a tutorial and we're like, oh, we could totally do that. Okay, mind you, I didn't even know how to use a sewing machine, but she taught me a little bit. My mom did. And I was like, that seems like a super easy project. So we went to Hobby Lobby and Joann's and picked out our fabric, and we got our little vinyl and zippers, and we were so excited. And then my mom left. What a hair day. My mom left to go back home, and she immediately stitched up her project bag, and my stuff is still sitting on my shelf because I'm scared. But meanwhile, my mom is going gangbusters and has been stitching up project bags like crazy. And so last time I talked to her, she's like, I've got 5 project bags for you, Brandy. So I was so excited. I was hoping that maybe she'd be able to sell them, but she's not convinced that they are of high enough quality to be sold. She has chronic pain. She's got a disease called ankylosing spondylitis, which is a bone degenerative disease as well as fibromyalgia. And so she's kind of in chronic pain, and it's hard for her to stay up for long periods of time. And so it's been fun for her to have found something that is kind of an easy project and something that she enjoys making. And so I was hoping that that might be kind of a fun thing for her to have as sort of a side way to make a few extra bucks. But she doesn't think that they're going to be up to snuff. So we'll see. Anyway, she's adorable. You would love her. I love her. So something that I wanted to say is thank you. I want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed, to everybody who has made comments. You guys are amazing. It's what a fun community Flosstube is. It's so diverse. It's so vast. Even today, I introduced a fellow stitcher to Flosstube. Just a girl that happened to mention the stitch in a Facebook group that we're in together. I don't know her, but she showed a picture of her stitch. The home is where the blank is, what you fill in the blank, which I didn't participate in that stitch along. But she showed hers, and I was like, oh my gosh, I keep seeing all of these all over Flosstube, and you should go check it out. And she's like, what is Flosstube? So I said, oh, well, here you go. Welcome to the rabbit hole. You're going to have a fun time. So anyway, this is such a great community, and I've appreciated all of the, just the kind words and the encouragement and the friendship and the love y'all are showing. It's just wonderful. And I know that every Flosstuber whose videos I've watched has said the same thing. Just, you guys keep it up. The world needs kind people. And stitching is a kind and gentle thing to do. And I think most stitchers tend to be pretty kind and gentle people. At least that's what I like to believe. Maybe I'm wrong. But I love the kind and gentle community that this has been for me. So as a way of saying thank you, I picked up something at Goodwill a while ago. And I wanted to wait until I got to 200 subscribers. We're now past that. Oh, here comes Milo. I got this book. It is called, what is it called? Birds of North America. And it was published, I'm sure it was in the 80s. 1986. Designs by Gloria and Pat Incorporated. I don't know who that is. Anyway, there are, good Lord. This is really hard when you need glasses and you don't have glasses. There's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. At least 12 different birds in here. I'm trying to find, oops. Here's a couple. the killdeer. I don't know where that one's from. And then whatever this one is. Y'all, I can't see. I can't see a thing. Anyway, it's just a book with Stitchy, and it cost all of 99 cents. And actually, I think I got it half off of that, so it cost me like 50 whole cents. And they're not birds that I will ever stitch because I don't want to, quite simply. And it probably has half stitches. Yep, it does. It has half stitches and back stitching and all those things I don't like. So it's not anything I'm ever going to use, but I thought it was a cool book, and I knew that somebody out there would enjoy it. So I would like to give this to somebody who would like it. So if you would like this book, say, I would like the birds, or the bird book, or I love the bird book. I would love to stitch the bird book. Just say something like that. Do not say the word giveaway. I don't know why. I just know that Michelle Bendy, Michelle Garrett over at Michelle Bendy, says that all the time. Don't say giveaway. I think she probably knows the reason why, but I don't. So I'm going to say what she says. Don't say giveaway. Just say I would like to stitch the bird book or something along those lines, and I will send this to you. I am going to put a caveat on that and say to American residents only, because I don't know how much shipping is going to be to stitch it to other, to send it to other places in the world. Sorry, I just got distracted by a box elder beetle that was flying by. I don't know if you have box elder beetles where you live, but we do. And they love to come into the house during the cold, cold months. And it's buzzing around and it's very distracting. Anyway. You know what? Let's just open it up. Everybody, anybody who wants it. I don't care where you're from. Just say you want the book. If you want the book, I'll send you the book. Yeah, that's it. So let me know, okay? Again, thank you so much for all of you who have subscribed. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all of, just all of you guys. You're amazing. So the other thing I want to talk about, you guys, is this. So I'm all about being really transparent. And sometimes that gets me into trouble. Sometimes people don't like honesty. They want you to put a happy face on and say everything's great and just not be authentic and real. And I just can't do that. So if you don't like authentic and real, you are not going to like me. But kind of given that, I wanted to talk about mental health for a little bit, because it is the holidays, and this is a really hard time of year. And I know I mentioned that, I think, in my last video. I've probably mentioned it to some extent on every video. The fact is, I suffer from depression and generalized anxiety, and I have panic attacks, and I have some social anxiety. And everybody thinks I'm an extrovert, but I'm not. I'm very much an introvert, and I'm just a good actress. So this is a really hard time of year. Over 20 years ago, my dad died in December at the age of 47 or 48. I honestly don't remember. And I think it was 48. And anyway, I was like 23 years old and newly married, didn't have kids, and my life got turned upside down in the blink of an eye. We lived in a different state, and it rocked my world through and through. He was he was one of my best buds, and he was gone. And ever since then, that happened in December 6th, which was just a couple weeks before his birthday, and he and my mom's 25th anniversary, or I'm sorry, 30th anniversary. And since then, got to tell you, Christmas just hasn't been the same. And that's when my anxiety started. That's when the panic attacks started. I'd already struggled with depression for a little bit prior to that, but that sure as heck didn't help. So anyway, all of that is to say, I don't know where you're at. I don't know what burdens you're carrying. I know for some, this financially is just a brutal, brutal time of year. For us, this year, it's our worst in over 20 years of marriage. This has been the hardest financial season we've been in. And sometimes there's just family drama, and sometimes there's just the loss and grieving people that are no longer with us. You know, there's 1,000 different reasons to be feeling pretty rough at this time of year. Meanwhile, you've got Christmas carols singing it's the most wonderful time of the year, and every time that song comes on, I just want to go, is it? Is it really? Because for a lot of us, it's not. And I love Christmas. You guys, I love Christmas. Getting a tree is one of my favorite things to do. Looking at Christmas lights, another one of my favorite things to do. Hot cocoa, and I love the Christmas carols, but sometimes it's just hard, right? And again, I don't know where you're at, but I know if you're struggling, you're not alone. And I really want you to hear that. I want you to know that, man, no matter what's going on, you've got a friend, okay? And man, if we can't be honest and real with each other and help share each other's burdens, man, that's just a big bummer, right? I'm all about that. I'm all about helping carry each other's burdens and just being kind and gentle with each other and being kind and gentle with yourself. I know lately it's been really easy for me to get down on myself about all of the things that I would like to be doing, like the baking and, you know, just the stuff, right? All of the falderall that goes along with the holiday season. You guys, I haven't even started Christmas shopping yet. Baking banana bread was not part of the Christmas baking plan, but we had rotting bananas, so it seemed like the thing to do. So there's all these things that I feel like I should be doing that I'm not doing, and it's easy to kind of get down on myself and start beating myself up, and because all I want to do is sit and stitch, or just veg out on Netflix, or sleep, or read, or whatever. Today I spent 3 hours in a coffee shop with my best friend. And you know what? That was what I needed to do. It was the best thing for me. And it wasn't productive, but it was mentally healthy, right? So I want you guys to just, if you're struggling, it's okay. It's okay to hate some of the festive frou-frou that's happening right now. It's okay to be uncomfortable by it. It's okay to remove yourself from it if you need some space. It's okay to give yourself a timeout. It's okay to take a nap. And it certainly is okay if all the cookies don't get baked, right? It's going to be okay. I just really feel compelled to share that with y'all. So anyway, you guys, I'm hoping to get another video out before Christmas actually happens. Because I think I'm going to have some stuff to show you, I hope. And I would like to do that if possible. But if not, I'll see you on the flip side. And I'll say Merry Christmas, because you can never say Merry Christmas enough. And if Christmas isn't what you celebrate, Happy Holidays. I don't care what you call it. Just yay. Just have a great day. Okay? All right, Flosstube. I will see you guys later. Oh, hey, if you want, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Every home needs a gnome. I'm there. Feel free to do that. Okay, you guys. Love you. See you later. And stitch on. Bye.